Welcome back to another Pyware tutorial. Today we're talking about a pullover flag to pull how to animate that over your band. There's a couple things that you need to do to make it kind of look the right way. So this is kind of jumping into some more advanced skills with the visuals editor. All right, so I've got my previous drill that I wrote where we have the fabric being pulled over out of the prop and the band is pushing forward. I did that for a tutorial on how to pull fabric from a prop. So if you haven't watched that video, go check it out. But now I've got my 4 performers up front ready to pull a huge flag over the entire band. This is when being able to animate the flag pull and the fabric really becomes something that's important, because then you can see kind of in real time how it's going to look and where people are going to be. So I've got the members up front that are going to pull the flag. It's going to be a 30-meter flag, a 60-foot flag of a big phoenix coming over the band. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is we need to create a box, because we don't want the flag to look in the animation like it's under the performers. It's got to be over the performers. And the way that we do that in Pyware is you have to create essentially a shelf or something for that flag to sit on so that it rides over the performers. So I'm just going to create a performer here at count 0, performer prop, shape prop, and I'm going to do a box. I'm going to make that 1 by 1 by 1. It doesn't have, actually the height has to be, probably when they hold the flag up, it may be about 9 feet, so 3 meters. So here's what our pedestal, if you will, looks like. Looks like if the flag were on top of this, it would ride over the band pretty well. So that's going to be our pedestal for which we're going to create the prop of the fabric. Now you're going to change this color by clicking the pencil, going to solid colors, and then go down to transparent, and then make that prop transparent. So now you can't see it, but it's still there in your file. One more thing, you got to make sure it can be walked on, because we're going to have the flag itself walk on it. All right, and then we're going to plunk it down here on the front sideline, ready to be pulled, if you will. So the next thing we are going to create is the flag itself. So I create a performer like usual, go to my performer prop, shape prop, panel flat, like flat on the ground. I'm going to make that 30 meters wide, 0 length, because it's going to start off fully wrapped up on the front sideline, and it doesn't need any height because it's a flag. It's 1 inch wide. And then one important thing I need to do is I need to make sure that I say can walk on performer props. So now it will ride on top of that box. So now what we're going to do is we're going to animate our people who are going to pull the flag to the back of the field. That way we have checkpoints for where we need to keep this prop as we move it to the back of the field. We're going to have them run right through the form all the way to the back of the field. So now we've got them running. You can see that they're going to stay, the band will stay within the size of the flag, and boom, they'll have it there. Okay? Now the next thing we need to do is we need to just change the length of the shape prop that we have, the flag, so that it animates and comes out to full length and then moves to the back of the field. And then what we'll do is we'll make sure the box rides right underneath that, so that it stays up in the air over top of the band. So here we go, 1 count at a time. This is kind of the tedious part. So here we go. I'm going to select my flag only. So I've got my box locked down here, so I can't actually click on it. And I'll just make it 1 meter. And there we go, next count. Slide my yellow anchor over my red and go 1 count, change it to 2 meters. Let's move it up just a little bit. Except, so I'm changing the length of the fabric and then moving it up. I think I can go 2.5. Maybe at 1.5 at a time is going to be my formula. Next count. Until we get to about 15, which is how wide it actually is. So I'm just adding 1.5 as we go. Kind of doing this quickly. So now the prop is completely out. The flag is completely open. Okay, you'll notice it's under the band performers at the moment because we haven't put the box underneath it. So from here to the rest of the form, we just have to animate it moving. I'm going to go to about there, and then maybe we can close it up. So now I'll just slide it back, and this has some trial and error here. Just kind of moving it until I see it get close to the people. Good. And then from here, I will change its length back a little bit. 13. And then 10. Usually it folds in a lot more rapidly than it comes out. Just kind of moving it back to stay with the people. And then 5. See how this looks. And then we can maybe do 2 more counts past this where it folds away. 2 and 0. See if that looks good. So now we'll see what it looks like from the front. And pull it out. It'll ride back. And it starts to go away. Yeah, it looks good. Obviously you could clean it up a little bit and go 1 incremental count at a time until it's away. But the next part is we need to go ahead and animate the box staying under it the whole time. So unlock all locked performers, get our box selected, and just make sure that that box stays behind the flag the whole time. Now it doesn't kind of move consistently, so I'm just going to make sure. I'm actually going to change the size of this just a little bit because that'll help us to just stay beneath what's happening. And then I think if I did like that, all I got to do is move that and just stay under that X. Let's see if that's going to ride underneath it. Maybe right there it's a little bit good. Good. I'm just making sure that it stays with the flag the whole time. And maybe about here. Is when you can actually change the height of it too if you wanted to. But then we'll go for when we put it away, maybe change it to 2, change it to 1, change it to 0 for those extra 2 counts. All right, so let's see if that gets us the look we're going for. Looks like it's pulling out, going over the band. and then it kind of goes away. Now, of course, you can take a little bit more time if you want and tailor that and make it perfect and whatever, but I just thought I'd share you the, just the method behind how to do it. Now, there's one more fun bit that is good to do. You can, of course, if they provide you with a JPEG of what's actually going to be on it, you can change it. So I have it on my desktop here. It's just a Phoenix Rising kind of look to it. And you've got this. So that's a cool way to animate a pullover flag. With a very long video on YouTube, I could do it, one more count at a time, and you can really work it and try to tinker and tailor it so that it moves a little bit more smoothly. But that's the method behind it. That's the method that I use to do fabric pulls. I hope this has been of help to you. So if you enjoyed this content, please make sure you like and share it and subscribe to my channel. Thanks.